Welcome to Celebrate a Sister podcast. I'm your host, Emma Walkinshaw. I'm a transformational coach. I'm also the founder of Embody Me program and the creator of 21 Minutes of Morning Magic. You may also find me on the yoga mat leading yoga sessions and also running retreats here in Australia and internationally. Here on the podcast, I bring you some pretty incredible guests. We talk all things self-belief, body acceptance, personal development, outdated beauty standards, and we also call BS on the toxic diet culture. Accepting the beautiful bodies we were born into, letting go of all the beliefs, and raising our self-awareness. I also come to you from time to time with a little solo episode, a little Life According to Emma moment. I'm so glad you're here. Enjoy. Welcome to this week's episode of Celebrate a Sister podcast. I'm your host, Emma Walkinshaw. Hello. A big warm welcome if you are a new listener, and hello to my beautiful listeners who reach out to me each week and send me a little message after they've listened to the podcast. Hello to you. It's wonderful that you are tuning in again. If you listened to last week's episode, I highly encourage. I had the beautiful Fiona Kossel on, and we actually recorded the podcast from Rishikesh, India. As some of you know, I'm just coming off the back of hosting Wholehearted Retreat. We did the Golden Triangle in India, and I am currently still in India. So off the back of the retreat, Yogi Louie and I, my beautiful co-host, we farewelled the ladies in Delhi, and then our lovely husbands flew in from Australia, and then we took another flight down to the south of India to Kerala. So Kerala is, they say it is the region of coconuts, and Kerala means land of coconuts. So down this part, I'm going to liken it a little bit like tropical Queensland, North Queensland. It's quite tropical, although we're right on a port here in Kerala, and it's interesting to see these ginormous ships coming in and out of this port, as it's one of the ports for the spice routes, because here in Kerala it's called the backwaters. We're in these watered areas, but then over to the mountains, that's where a lot of the spices have grown. So it's a really, really fascinating place. So we have found our next venue for our retreat in November. So if you have a calling to come to India, we have got another retreat down in the south here in Kerala in November, and it's going to be a lot of Ayurvedic. We've got an Ayurvedic doctor, so I'm not sure if you know much about Ayurvedic, but it's all about having the doses in your body come back into balance. So yesterday we had a beautiful chat with the doctor, and Yogi Lou and I have both had Ayurvedic consultations in the past, and talking about often when we go through midlife, we will have some little imbalances, of course, that is happening as the body's working through its hormonal changes. So Ayurveda is a great way to help support us through midlife. So our November retreat, all details are coming out very, very soon, but there is a wait list. If you are interested, pop your name down. As soon as I have the final itinerary, I will send it to you. And then, of course, in March 2026, we are doing the Golden Triangle again, plus Rishikesh. So that is a pretty incredible trip. It is action-packed with so many sights, sounds, and sensations. All of the women who journeyed with us this time were all quite speechless at the incredibleness of India. So if this speaks to your heart, my friend, and you love to travel with women, you love personal development, you have a relationship with yoga, or you like to. I mean, some of the women didn't practice yoga at all, but came along and still enjoyed some of the beautiful classes, and they are gentle and supportive and kind. So that's what's happening for me. And today we're actually on a boat. We're on a houseboat tonight as we tour around the backwaters of Kerala. So feeling incredibly grateful and incredibly blessed right now at this wonderful experience here in India. Now, the other thing that I'm coming to chat to you about is while I was on my journey through India, my fabulous team member has been editing all the videos ready to bring to you in one incredible package. So the Body Love Revolution online summit, building a better relationship with your body. So through my own journey and my own, what would we say, relationship, I'm going to say my relationship with myself and my body has been often at times not much fun. I have spent a lot of time, a lot of my earlier years in a war with myself, never quite accepting my body, always feeling I had to lose weight to be acceptable. I had to be in a smaller body to be acceptable. And then, as lots of us, I'm making an assumption here, but if you're listening to this podcast, you also have a love of personal development, or you are really open to a different way of life, doing things differently. So the summit, I have gathered 13 incredible women. Last year I did this in February, and I learned so much during this summit. It really elevated my own perception of myself. So when it came to me thinking about another summit, I had 13 women that came to mind. Well, actually, I had more women that came to mind, but 13 is a beautiful size. And I wanted to talk to you all about this summit, and perhaps why would you sign up for this summit? Why would you consume more content and go, gosh, Emma, I've already haven't finished books, and I've already haven't looked at other stuff I've purchased. This is free. It is 13 incredible women. So I'm going to run through the lineup, and maybe in here you go, oh, I wouldn't mind listening to that one. So it's worth signing up. I mean, you certainly don't have to listen to all of them. You can just choose which one appeals to you and listen away. And I feel our relationship with ourselves is the most important relationship we can have, because every relationship comes off the back of that. If we are not feeling confident in ourselves or a strength in ourselves, it's really difficult to connect with others, because we're carrying this. I like to say it's like having an Achilles heel, this little pain point that is always there and present, sometimes in subtle ways, and sometimes it's screaming at you. And that really stops us living our life. Maybe even when it comes to travel. I mean, some of you might identify with that. I've spoken to women over the past couple of years that have talked about when they haven't had a great relationship with their body or their self, the thought of traveling or coming on a retreat and connecting with other women just feels massive, and it takes a lot of courage. So if that might be your story, there could be another Achilles heel there that really just stops you maybe having intimacy in your life, intimacy with a significant other. It shows up in many ways, and often I'll hear, but how do I fix it, Emma? And that's the question, right? How do I fix it? For everyone, it's quite different, but what I do know to be true is when women come together and we hear each other's stories and we connect with each other, that's when shift and change begins to happen. And even the example I gave last week in the podcast with Fiona, I delivered a workshop, Body Beautiful, actually, as in like Buddhaful, coming back to that part of ourself that is all-knowing and connected to the divine, whatever that is for you, whether it be God, universe, whatever that language is for you, and knowing that we are perfectly imperfect. And then in that workshop, we sat across from women and we all realized we're all same but different. We all have these little beliefs that somewhere somehow got planted in us and we have never challenged them. So part of this summit is to open our mind and our hearts to listen to other women to help us shift those little subtle things that hold us back, challenge our current beliefs about ourselves and about beauty standards and diet culture and the stories that we have been sold and told that are bullshit. So it's time, this summit is really timely to ask you, to invite you and to ask yourself, what is it I need to challenge? What is a belief that I keep carrying and I keep reinforcing that it's time that I let it go? So here's the lineup. So I have got Julie Tenner. She is an absolute powerhouse. She speaks about relationships and how your body's opinion shapes your ability to receive love and intimacy and as well as pleasure. So Julie in this conversation shares deep insight, how we can break the patterns of disconnection and reignite passion in long-term relationships. I love Julie Tenner's work. I find her incredibly raw and honest and soulful. And she has a brilliant podcast with Bridget called Nourishing the Mother. Definitely check that out. So if you sign up for the summit, I would love you to sign up for the summit. Listen to Julie's podcast. Listen to Julie's conversation with me. She had me hanging on to every word. Then I have Belinda Stark, who is all about helping us create a better relationship with alcohol and how alcohol can sometimes be a negative on how we see our body and our relationship with ourselves. Belinda comes with lots of wisdom around this area of life. Then I spoke with the incredible Gemma Haythorne. So Gem is also a body confidence coach. Gem has embarked on a year of doing things outside of her comfort zone. And if you watch Gem's Instagram stories and Instagram reels, she really is pushing boundaries in her own self-belief. What I love about Gem too is she is really honest about her own struggles with her body and she just talks really openly about it. So Gem, again, incredible conversation. Then Louise McBride, havening technique. So it's all about emotional healing. Al has a modality called havening. I've actually experienced it with her. You might have even listened to the podcast Al and I did, but it is really about if you're struggling with stress and emotional blocks, Al has this great, I guess it's a modality called havening that really does shift. It does shift trauma and it shifts that part of us that just doesn't accept ourselves. And Al is one of the most calm, kind, soothing humans you will ever speak with. She really is the real deal and I adore her. I then spoke with Jen Dugard. So Jen is all about, she has a program called Mum Safe for fitness enthusiasts and also fitness providers. And she is really passionate about this notion that get your baby body back. She's also passionate about pelvic floor. And as I've gotten into menopause and I've had two beautiful children who are now adults, the importance of pelvic floor muscles are really, really helpful to be educated. So our beautiful Jen Dugard talks lots of wisdom around how we can take care of our body, particularly pelvic floor, which was a great conversation. She had me, again, hanging on to every word of our conversation. Then I've got the beautiful Philippa Belletti. So Philly has been on my podcast before and I've been on hers. Philly's all about body burnout. And yeah, we know it. Burnout is real. Burnout is so real for us, and just thinking about burnout when it comes to imbalances and hormones, Philly really shares about how we can reclaim our energy and live again in a body that feels energized and that we're connected to. So Philly, she's also written a book, Ending Body Burnout, which is definitely a book that I take off the shelf and refer to often. Then I had the gorgeous Sammy Yeager. So Sammy has a great framework that she shares on how to check in with where you're actually at in life. Sammy's also really open about her relationship with her own body, and it's very, very inspiring. Sammy comes with an energy and a joy. The conversation with Sammy, she talks about the 8 fuel tanks method and helps us assess where our energy is, and then talks about how we can refuel. How do we do that? So Sammy shares that. The other beautiful guest in the Body Love Revolution Summit is Peta Lee. So Peta Lee helps women. She does a lot of energy work, so Reiki and spirituality, but she's also journeyed through a lot of interesting things like I'm going to say it. How am I going to say it? I'm not even going to say it right today. I'm going to try and say it. Shaman, that's it. Shaman work, which is deep spiritual work. But Peta Lee talks about a story about her own body and how she actually broke through raising to a new level of self-acceptance. So I love her storytelling. She's a brilliant storyteller. And the story she tells, though, is your story and my story. And that's what I love about her. Shelley Horton, who is a journalist and she's a women's health advocate. She does lots of incredible things. So Shelley's just written a book called Your Perimenopause Godmother, which is out in July. So Shelley really talks about breaking the stigma of menopause. So Shelley really opens up about confidence, menopause, body acceptance, and also empowering you to own your truth and step in with visibility and courage. Again, Shelley has a really raw conversation with me around menopause, which I really appreciated, and she has had quite the journey and quite the ride. I spoke to the beautiful Deb Sabo. So Deb is a marketing strategist and video coach, and she really brought to my attention about the visibility piece. And I don't know about you, but we have been told for a long time, and we may have even witnessed it in our life, the women that just fade off and become invisible. Maybe we know some aunties or our grandmother that got to this menopause phase, and we know that when menopause or perimenopause comes in, that we start to be mid-sentence just like I was and lose a word, can't find a word, and then that really rocks our confidence. And then they start to become invisible. So I love that Deb had some great strategies around not becoming invisible, and it's okay to keep showing up in your business and your life. Then I spoke to Rebecca Saunders. I really enjoyed this conversation. Rebecca has got alopecia, and she talks about her journey from wearing a wig for many years, and then the process that she came to around her body acceptance journey where she no longer wears a wig. But Rebecca is incredibly smart and has just a beautiful presence, the way she shares. So I highly encourage that beautiful conversation. Have a listen to it. Then I spoke with my kinesiologist. So I have a kinesiologist called Rebecca Richards, who I refer everyone to that I know. I say, go and see Rebecca. So Rebecca talks about how your body holds wisdom, and are you listening? I have been working with Rebecca last year, and I can't wait to get home. I had a session right before I came to India. She's great at holding space, going through a kinesiology process, testing where your energy and where you are stuck. So if you've never done kinesiology, I highly recommend you even just have one session, just experience it. So Rebecca Richards, all of her details, definitely listen to that conversation, and I encourage you to have a session with Rebecca. Then I spoke to the gorgeous Alison, and she is from Incremental Shift, and she helps navigate relationships at home. Alison has powerful strategies how to create balance and a really supportive environment, especially for parents and children. So just ensuring every member feels valued. And Alison knows lots about ADHD and all of those neurodivergent qualities and share strategies how we can support, particularly if we have a family member or you are yourself. She has some great strategies around that. And I really enjoyed my conversation with Alison too, and she's also a dear friend. So my loves, that's a quick little rundown of the Body Love Revolution Online Summit. And my goal and my intention is that, yes, you are able to build a better relationship with your body. You are able to build a better relationship with yourself. Because at the end of the day, I know that we cannot punish ourselves thin. We cannot beat ourselves up to make us do better or be more. That is such an outdated way for us to operate. And I'm speaking from experience here. I have spent many years beating myself up and in such a place of self-rejection that no more. And I know that you have hopes and dreams, and I know that you have some things that you would love to experience in life. And I wholeheartedly believe that when we can build a better relationship with ourselves and a better relationship with our body, we will say yes to more things. We will step out of our comfort zone, and we will really expand our hearts and our minds and live a life that we are proud of. And that's what it's all about, and raise happy, healthy children if that's your path. Have really great relationships with our significant other or friends or family. But I know it's worth it. It is worth taking time to explore and do the deeper work. And actually, Gemma, our beautiful body confidence coach, she calls it the gnarly work, which is sometimes the trickier work to help us move past these beliefs that we have never challenged. So that's the other intention of this Body Love Revolution Online Summit, is that you listen to perhaps some of these conversations and you have your own shifts around, gosh, am I thinking that? Am I feeling that? It's purely here to, expand your heart, open your mind, and I cannot wait to hear what you all think of the conversations. Listen to them all or pick your favorites, but please let me know what you think. So on the 31st of March, if you are interested in listening to these incredible conversations and watching these videos, you can either listen or watch the video. Please pop your name onto the Body Love Revolution Summit list. And then on the 31st of March, the videos will start to be dropped into your inbox for you to watch at your own pace. I've also got a little upgrade. So the summit's free, but then there's a little upgrade. So if you are ready to say, well, I want some answers here, Emma, I want to do some of this work, I have got a very low cost offer with a little mini course if you want to explore some of these beliefs you have. So definitely check that out. Again, thanks for listening from India, my darlings. And again, if you are interested in India, pop your name down as well, and I will get you some information for that. Oh, I'm a wealth of information this week, aren't I? I've got India retreats and I've got the Body Love Revolution Summit for you. Enjoy, my darlings. Send me some feedback. Always helpful. Lots of love from India. What if you could build a stronger, more loving relationship with your body and yourself? It starts with love, patience, and support, and that's exactly what you'll find in the Body Love Revolution Online Summit, building a better relationship with your body. I've brought together 12 incredible experts in mindset, movement, menopause, and self-care to help you feel strong, vibrant, and at peace in your changing body. Yes, this is a free online event. Your invitation link is in the show notes of this podcast. Pop your details in, and I cannot wait to have you join us. There is inspiration, aha moments, and lots of pearls of wisdom. Join us.